Are you as dumb as me? Probably not, because I'm the most smartest. That's why I decided, not them, me, to use Anchor.fm for our podcast. It's been the most easiest way for us to do our thing.
You vet.
Also, it's free, and we've established that I'm broke, right? Oh, no? Well, I am. And I bet you are too if you're thinking about starting a podcast. I bet you're so broke that you don't even have a custom-built home studio.
With your broke ass.
Doesn't matter, because Anchor FM works right off your phone or your computer. That's right. I know what you're thinking. Crazy Uber Ramblings podcast that you've been mulling around in your head for a little while now. It's possible.
Hey, guys, so where are we going today, guys?
Hey, can we go to that place, Pulaski, Tennessee, where the birthplace of,
No. Could you please exit my vehicle, sir? Thank you.
And something amazing like that will be immediately put out everywhere. Not only the biggies, but places you don't even know exist. Breaker, Overcast, Radio Public. What even are
fuck
those?
is that?
I don't know. Now, let's talk money. I knew that'd get your attention. You can make money with no minimum listenership, right? So let's think about Uncle Jimmy Ray.
I love it.
He loves it so much that Crazy Uber Ramblings, he starts paying a monthly subscription, and companies start paying you to talk about their shit. Now you're rolling in it. So are you the smartest and want to use a site that has all you need in one place? Then you should use Anchor.fm. That's ANCHOR.FM. Come on, dummy. Do it.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Friends, Facts, and Fiction. As always, this episode is made possible by our local convenience stores, the misappropriation of history, and you. And now to your hosts, Justin Hammonds, Grant Bramlett, and Drew Shellnut.
What's up? What's happening, world? This is episode 5 of Friends, Facts, and Fiction podcast. And today's episode is Planes, Trains, and Automo-Drills. What is Automo-Drills, you ask? Maybe a portal to hell. Conspiracy. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, we got a fun fiction episode, conspiracy-based. But we're going to kick it off with some funny stories from the stage. As you know, me and Drew and Grant Bramlett.
Hello.
Yeah. Are all in a band and have been in many bands before. Oh, yeah, by the way, I'm looking at Drew Shellnut.
Hey, that's my name.
And Grant Bramlett.
That's my name, yeah.
Yeah, he's keeping the button-down short sleeve alive right now.
That's right, baby.
The front pocket is like the pocket square for the face mask. You got the new swag going,
Right.
bro.
Yeah. So I decided the other day I'm going to start wearing shirts exclusively with pockets or whatever.
Yeah.
Because we have to have the mask now. So it's just a little addition to the swag.
Yeah,
you
it's
know?
a little pocket square,
No
man.
more pocket square.
Yeah, swag
New
alert.
age face masks.
Yeah.
Swag
The
alert.
evolution of the pocket square.
Yeah, stay safe out there,
Functional
people.
and stylish.
Yeah, masks save lives. That's what they say. But like I said, the intro to this is going to be some funny stories from the stage. And I think I will kick it off with just one story. We have plenty, but I'm going to just do one. There's this great little bar in Tuscaloosa. It used to be open. It's called Bo's Bar.
Yeah, it used to be open.
And if you know, you know.
Formerly known as the Yellowhammer.
Yeah, if you know about Bo's Bar, you know about Bo's Bar. We were doing a show. It was kind of packed that night. Mm-hmm. And I remember we were doing like some crazy merch sale at the door or something. And we were like mid-song. And I'm doing my crazy stage antics, which are a lot safer now, I feel like, than they first were when I started off being an MC and shit.
After much scolding from a certain band member.
Yeah. From our singer, audio engineer guy.
Yeah.
You know who you is. Anyway, so I'm on stage mid-song, like actually mid-verse, and I'm doing a little mic toss-up, catchy thing, swinging the mic around, and the mic just unsnaps from the cord and shoots across the bar while I'm on stage, bro. And I will never forget, like shimmying off the stage, like dancing off the stage like it's supposed to happen, and just sliding up to the bar and like going down and picking it up next to this chick's feet. She's like, oh, you need this? Like, yeah, I'm probably gonna need this. Like, oh, okay. I was like, word, cool. Shimmy back up to the stage, like, word. And the homie's just staring at me, bro, just playing the guitar. Like, he's looking at me like, I swear to God, bro, if you do that shit one more time.
I had the luxury of being able to see all of this happen from the back of the stage as the drummer. So I see the mic go shooting off the XLR cable,
definitely.
and then I see your reaction, and I see the crowd's reaction, and then I see Jeremy's body language from the back just drop.
Just do this.
I mean, the
Yeah.
shoulders just go down, the head does the slight, like,
The
head
dad
tilt,
neck
you
joint.
know, like, and I just knew what his face
What the
looked
fuck
like.
is wrong with you? I was looking at like, what the fuck is your problem? Why are you doing this shit? Because I was known notoriously for like doing antics where a mic might get unplugged or a pedal might get unplugged from me fucking doing wild shit.
Yeah.
Or you'll just fall down.
Or I would just fall the fuck down and play it off like a motherfucker because I was trying to do too much. But yeah, it was notorious. Like people could barely get pictures of me because I was doing so many fucking movements on the stage. But that's one of my funny stories. Just throwing a mic across the damn bar. Like,
Talking about
literally like 20 feet across the bar.
Talking about this bar, that actually reminds me of it was St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, that was a wild night.
Yeah.
That was a wild night, bro. Jesus, that was a wild night.
Justin actually got the entire bar to get a shot.
Yeah.
And we all took a
Bro,
shot at the
when,
same
when
time.
you're an MC, you got to be an MC.
And we
bro.
were playing,
Influence.
and we did the whole Ziggy Zaggy thing when we all took the shot.
Yeah.
But leading up to it, those poor bartenders having to pour a shot for every single
Everybody,
person
bro.
in that packed bar.
It was literally like,
We-
it's
we-
St. Patty's Day. Get you a shot right now.
I can't remember the name of it, but it's the what would you do with a drunken
Yeah.
sailor?
We
do
played
it.
that on loop for like 10 minutes.
Yeah,
while
until everybody got a
everybody's
shot.
Yeah, until everyone got a shot.
That shit was, it was like 120 people in that motherfucker, bro. It was wild.
It was crazy.
wild.
And then I guess once that happened, everybody just thought it was a great idea to give me shots
Of
while
course.
we're playing
Of
after that moment or whatever. So I'm literally like, you know, somebody walks up with a shot. I'm in the middle of the song playing or whatever. I just go like Death Leopard mode, you know, and just playing with one hand, take the shot with the left hand, hand the glass back to him, nod, and it's like, all right, you know. And we take a set break. And you know when you like, say you're sitting at the bar for too long and you're drinking and you don't realize how drunk you're getting until you stand up to pee, you know?
Get them noodle legs. Wow.
And it's worse when you're playing drums on stage because
imagine.
your adrenaline's going, you know, you're moving around and everything like that. Like,
you drum your ass off, you're sweating, and
Yeah.
you're drinking at the same time.
Right,
It's like,
right.
okay.
And so we take a set break and I stand up to go to the bathroom and just fall over. I mean, immediately was just like,
Collapse.
oh, way too drunk, you know?
I am only active when I play drums. Good night.
Milk was a bad choice.
All right. Oh my god.
And then another time I fell was not from drinking, but from being sick.
Yeah, it was a wild show too.
We were playing at Avondale, which is a brewery down in
Shouts out to Avondale
Birmingham.
Brewing Company, bro.
Yeah, great spot, really good beers.
I think good people bought them out recently.
Oh, really?
I think.
That's crazy.
Fact check us on that one.
Yeah,
Sure.
I'm pretty sure they did.
Yeah.
But the outdoor stage that we were playing on, we were opening up for
Carl Denson.
Carl Denson, Tiny Universe.
Yeah.
Great funk band, and that was kind of a
Super
big
dope.
deal, and it was a great crowd.
Yeah.
We go
that
on
Hammond
first.
they had was sexy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I was like sick, like cold style sick. And so I had texted my brother because I knew he was coming over to the show. I was like, can you grab like a bottle of Dayquil or something on your way over?
Dayquil to the neck.
And he got there like basically right before we were going on to play. And just last minute kind of a thing. It's like, oh, great, thank you. And just chugged half of it, you know, and then just threw it down, hopped on stage, you know.
I got this.
Played the show, felt fine. Again, kind of one of those things. But then when I stood up after we were done playing to kind of like, you know, bye, thank you, or whatever,
Appreciate it.
I was like, oh, nope, got to throw up right now. And so I look back behind, and that stage is really tall. I mean, it's like 10 feet off the ground
10
or
feet
something
off the
like
ground
that.
for sure, bro.
And I was thinking like, okay, well, I guess I'll just have to bend over and puke off the back of the stage. Well, then everybody would see me. I'll just go for it. So I like half fell, half jumped off the back of the stage, and then just sort of
Like
did
a tumble down.
yeah,
joint?
and then just did like a tuck and roll when I got down there, and ended up on my hands and my knees underneath the stage, just took everything out of my
Selling
stomach.
Buicks, baby.
Just selling Buicks, man.
Selling big.
Shouts out to my grandma for that one.
Yeah, right. Jesus Christ.
How about you, Drew?
Oh,
shit.
well, I'm going to take mine to Mississippi.
Oh, no sip.
Yeah, so I played in a band which is pretty ironic. The name, called Mishap. We used to play 3-hour sets of very, very fun cover music.
Yeah. Well, the throwback days, man. We've all been in cover bands.
Yeah.
We know the vibes.
Yes, we have.
Yeah, it's one of those wagon wheel 100 times every 2 weeks bands, but so...
I hate that song just for that reason.
This is my first...
Played it way too much, bro.
Yeah.
This is my first gig with this band, and they've only given me like 3 or 4 days, and they're like, here's 70 songs. And I'm like...
And how old are you?
23.
Okay.
I'll be 33 this year.
Nice little 10-year anniversary for this story.
Right? Kind of weird. So I have this loose leaf paper with like 2 songs per paper with per page of like verse, chorus, and A, C, D, B. And so I have this set up perfectly, or what I think is perfectly, of how I'm going to just bullshit my way through this whole thing because I don't know any of this music.
Yeah,
I
the
just
old
have all
loose
the
leaf
notes
paper
written down.
joint, bro. Yeah.
So I'm like, yeah, I got this. So we get to this place in Columbus, Mississippi. The name is fleeting. I can't remember. But there's 2 places in Columbus, Mississippi. That is it.
Like 2 bars?
2 bars at this point.
Yeah.
And people told us when we showed
I'm
up.
not surprised at all.
We showed up and we're supposed to play at 10. And they're like, so guys, no one's going to show up until midnight. And we're like, what?
So you want us to start 2 hours early?
Why? Why
Just
are we
get warmed up?
And they're like, it's just part of the deal. You're playing.
Yeah.
So, and people will show up. Some people will be here earlier, but no real crowd's going to show up until midnight. Well, our lead guitarist, Carl, you know who you are.
Shouts
You
out to
guys
Carl.
know who he is.
Oh, yeah. I know Carl really well.
Oh, hot Carl.
Yeah, he's a trip, boy.
But he was like, hey, you want to do 3 shots with me? And I'm like, yeah, 3 shots. Like, what do you mean? Like 3 apiece? And he's like, yes. He was like, have you ever had liquid cocaine? And I was like,
Whoa.
I mean, I've never had liquid cocaine. No, I don't know what you mean by that. And so he's just like, we'll get 3 of those apiece. And I was like, dope. Liquid cocaine. I'm thinking, I'm going to be like, yeah, here we go.
Hyped up.
Nope.
Yeah.
Quite the opposite.
Now, what's the recipe on that shot?
The recipe of liquid cocaine, if you guys must know, is Goldslager, Rumple Minze, and Jaeger.
In a shot together.
In a
not
shot
3
altogether.
shots. Okay, word.
And that's
That's a lot.
Excuse my French, knock your dick in the dirt drink.
Yeah. For sure.
So we get up on stage, and we've all had all of this. And it's
3 to the dome.
all of us, including little drummer boy. And he wasn't holding it together as well as I thought I was, which I wasn't holding it together very well either. So I look down, and I'm supposed to have my loose leaf, and I have it all like stacked perfectly. So we're going to play this one. We're going to go to the next one. Well, the lead singer decides that he's just going to
Jump around.
fuck the whole list up. And just like, so I have
Kick the shit
all
out
these
of it.
loose
Yeah.
leaf. So the stage floor is literally just
Covered with loose leaf paper.
college rule loose leaf paper all over them. And I'm like, I'm not going to play this anymore. I don't know what. Are we playing what? Or Stained or Creed?
Listen,
What are we
college
playing
rule.
right now, you know?
Yeah.
And so I'm like about to start crying. I'm like upset. I'm like, this is my first show. I don't know what's going on. We're playing Man in a Box.
Man in a Box.
Man in the Box
Love that song.
by Alice in Chains.
Yeah,
and you
yeah.
see the drummer back there, and he's like,
About to let it loose.
and it's like,
Just puking on stage, bro. Like,
on beat every time.
beat.
And I'm like, damn.
oh my God.
He's holding it together way better than I am. I'm
Without a
like
doubt.
trying to hold one foot on the microphone stand at the bottom so I'm not like falling down so I can still stand there. Fast forward to the end of the set, complete disaster.
Of course.
Everybody does show up at midnight. There's 100 and something people in this tiny little room. And I'm like,
Yeah.
burp, burp,
Fadey
playing
face.
Guitar Hero on the bass. You know,
yeah.
So we get done. We unload everything. We're on the bank of the Mississippi, and this bar is the Mississippi River, that is. And I walk down and sit on the bank of the Mississippi, and a couple people from the band come out, and they notice that I'm sitting there with my tail tucked between my legs, if you will. Mm-hmm. They walk up and they say, "What's going on, man?" I'm like, "I'm so sorry. I fucked up. Please let me stay in your band." And they're like, "Dude, you are way too drunk." And that's it. And I played with them for like 4.5 years after that.
That's a story. That's for sure.
That's awesome.
My goodness. Well, that's just a few stories that we have. I mean, man, how many? I couldn't even count how many stories we really have. It's just the tip of the iceberg.
We could do a whole episode if we wanted to.
Exactly, bro. Like,
how many shows that we played?
Yeah, bro. Woo. I mean, there's a little spot in Birmingham called the Nick.
Oh, Lord, have mercy.
Amazing stories from there. Green Bar, Egan's.
Oh, man.
Fucking, oh, my God, bro.
That place where I had
Mellow
to
Mushroom Night, bro.
Oh, yeah, that was funny.
Mellow Mushroom used to have a dope upstairs.
Bro.
I don't know why they got rid of that.
Crazy. Shouts out to the boy Corey Patton, put together one of the illest shows ever in Tuscaloosa history at Mellow Mushroom that we were a part of.
He also did the one at Twin.
Yeah,
that
the one
went
at Twin
down.
we did. Bro,
was a
anyway,
good show.
we could go on for
Yeah.
days with these stories in different states, different cities, all that. But we're going to keep it moving on this episode 5, our first little conspiracy episode. But not without doing the song of the day of the week.
Yes,
or
sir.
the SOD.
So it's kind of a group decision this time around. I kind of hijacked it because it's technically supposed to be Justin's turn, but this episode, it's just too perfect for it. Oh, that's just too good.
So this is the song is called the song is called "Awakening" by Def Clock.
Just
And-
Awaken, by the way.
Oh, just "Awaken."
Yeah, I think so. Or maybe it is Awakening.
I think it is Awakening.
Anyway, by Def Clock.
You decide.
And if you don't know who Def Clock is, go and watch a little show called Metalocalypse. They used to air on Adult Swim. And you will know all about Def Clock. And it's one of our favorite pastime cartoons to watch.
No, honestly, if you haven't seen Metalocalypse, just pause this podcast and go watch it now.
It is dope.
That cartoon is better than this podcast.
I mean, it's just like around the time I started getting into metal. So like, it's like, oh yeah, this is amazing. But yes, that song definitely is for the episode because it's all about portals to hell. Or are they? But yeah, planes, trains, and Automo-Drills, man. Let's dive up in there.
All right, so let's start with planes. I'm going to be talking about the Denver airport. It opened in '95. It was 16 months behind schedule and almost $2 billion over budget.
Wow, $2 billion over budget?
Yeah.
That's like
It's a lot of money.
like over budget. That's crazy.
Over budget. Yeah.
That's crazy.
So now it's like the hub for United and Frontier Airlines, but it's also the hub, if you will, for our nation's most salacious airport-themed conspiracy theories.
Didn't an ex-professional wrestler do something about it?
Yeah, Jesse Ventura in 2012
Oh, wow.
made this awesome, like 45-minute episode on the conspiracy theories behind the Denver airport.
You said that was 2012?
Uh-huh.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's a fun
2012, eh?
Fun year for
You know,
that.
they say they got that number backwards. It might be 2021.
I believe it.
More conspiracies.
I absolutely believe that. But most of these theories are so laughable and easily disproved that the DIA is happy to weaponize them as marketing tools. So
The DIA is the Denver International Airport.
Yes.
By the by.
Yeah.
that in turn translates to an estimated hundreds of thousands or even millions of dollars in free publicity for them. So all these hilarious stories came out, and the CEO, Kim Day, just started embracing these conspiracy ideas.
Might as well, right?
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Make it an attraction.
Can't beat them, join them.
Yeah, she said, we decided a few years ago, rather than fight it, all of this and try to convince everybody there's nothing really going on, let's have some fun with it.
Yeah, right?
2016 marked a a turning point in their marketing by featuring a modest museum-style exhibition of the most notable and admittedly least controversial theories.
Interesting.
Yeah, in honor of October as Conspiracy Month.
October is Conspiracy Month? Yeah, nice.
yeah.
I like that.
Nice.
Events included a conspiracy-themed costume party and a free viewing of Close Encounters of the Third Kind. And that was chosen because the coordinates for the alien landing in the 77 film supposedly point to DIA's location. It's actually 51 miles northwest of the airport.
Movies don't lie.
By the way,
I tell you what, movies don't lie,
man.
We learned that in the last episode
right.
with League of Their Own.
yeah.
Movies don't lie.
So
Lying sons of bitches.
the marketing guy that came up with this guy's name Montgomery. He said, and he's giving an interview in this little museum, and he's pointing to a video that just loops some of the conspiracies or whatever. And at one point, he points says, "Those aren't even pictures of our airport." And this is like YouTube footage of conspiracy theorists being like, "Look here,
Look at this.
now tell me that there's not aliens underneath the ground."
Those
you know?
dump videos.
Yeah.
Conspiracy.
That's great.
So some of my favorite ones include secret societies in general
course.
or whatever. So the biggest one of that is going to be the Freemasons, and that apparently they've controlled the airport ever since it opened.
Yeah.
And it has ties to the New World Order,
Like in WCW.
which is apparently a group of elite.
NWO, baby.
And
It's like a
too sweet.
It's a group of global elites who wield power over international affairs.
Oh.
Right.
Like wrestlers.
Yeah.
Which
Another situation, maybe another episode in the future.
So people think this because there's a dedication plaque at the airport's south entrance, dated March 19th, 1994, when they opened. It contains a time capsule and bears the symbol of the Freemasons, as well as reference to the New World Airport Commission and strange markings. That have also been noted around the airport, supposedly indicating a secret or alien language.
So you mean like a time capsule that the Masons put in the? So is it like an end of the world bomb or something? Is it like what the fuck's in the time capsule?
They built this time capsule, and like most time capsules, you're supposed to open it 100 years later.
Of course,
And it's going to release this nerve gas. And go,
yeah, exactly.
That, along with some coins, a signed baseball card from the opening day of the course fields, and the mayor's sneakers at the time.
What, they put the sneakers in there? Did they vacuum seal them joints?
I don't know.
First of all, were they fly sneakers? Like, were they like some dope Jordans, some Vans? Like, were they just some Skechers?
no, actually, they were
Some
probably
New
just
Balances
some
with
Velcro
straps. Yeah.
Velcro.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway,
Maybe that's their plan for taking over the world. So once they open that up, the noxious 100-year-old sneaker smell just knock you out.
It's like boom. Here's what we used to smell like. It might kill you.
Oh.
And then one of my favorite things is like all those strange markings that point to aliens or whatever. That's actually Navajo from that region of Colorado.
So it's not like alien language, like the Greys or the Tall Whites.
No, it's actually
Reptilians.
the
Native
least
American.
the least alien language of the region.
Right. The least alien.
Look at that. Well,
It's actually anti-alien.
Well, that's different. Yeah. Okay.
Another huge thing that just attracts all these. What should we call them? Creative people.
Yeah.
All of these creative people that like to spend their time making YouTube videos.
What we call conspiracy theorists is creative people. They're artists in their right.
Well, yeah, and I guess they had an issue with the art that was put in the airport itself. So
The mural, the wall painting.
in the sculptures and the statue. I mean, all that stuff. It's like there's over 40 pieces of art in and around the airport or whatever.
That's crazy.
And they took local artists to make everything. Some of those is a 28-foot wide mural by artist Leo Tanguma, I think. The Notre Denver, titled Gargoyle Structures near the baggage claim areas.
Oh yeah, little gargoyles coming out of the bags.
Yeah. I love
yeah.
those things. Actually, really kind of cute, honestly.
Shouts out the gargoyle to the cartoon.
Oh, yeah. I love that.
Yeah, that was a good. And then that giant Mustang sculpture near Pena Boulevard when you're coming in. Yeah. Lucifer. So terrifying. They everybody calls it Blucifer.
Well, it's a scary ass blue horse
it's
outside
pretty creepy. I mean,
that glows fucking red orange eyes.
Yeah. Apparently they stole from Boise State.
Yeah, right. The blue field,
but at least did a
football
better
team.
job.
They did. Yeah. Yeah.
Creepy though. It is fucking creepy.
It is. Very
These are
creepy.
apparently all clues to sinister influence, alternately credited as Illuminati, Freemasons, New World Order, or Nazis.
Oh, now we got Nazis in there.
And I want my Nazi scalps.
These
Okay.
people point to this Nazi and fascist imagery, primarily in Tenguma's murals. On level 5 of the Jepson terminal, if you've ever been there. The ominous and seemingly random nature of the gargoyles, the 32-foot, 9,000-pound Mustang sculpture that I mentioned earlier. It has the glowing eyes.
Yeah, those red, orange
and it's a
eyes.
reference to the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. To make matters worse, it actually fell, part of it when he was installing it, fell and killed Luis Mendez.
You talking about the horse killed him?
Yeah. The
That
demon
gives
horse.
conspiracy theories more gas in their tank right there. Like,
yeah, right.
The demon horse actually killed the creator. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Which is just that's unfortunate on so many levels. You know? But the mural I was talking about, it actually tells a hopeful story of peace and environmental stewardship following times of war and pollution. Yeah, they only
about peace,
the theorists only focus on this grim imagery or whatever, but not paying any attention at all to like the rainbow laden resolution of it, you know. And maybe it was a little bit his part because you're supposed to kind of look at it from right to left on the mural as opposed to the other way around.
Oh yeah.
So they're
I see.
yeah. And then the horse, actually, the eyes, that is a reference to the artist's father, who is in the neon industry for all.
Oh,
of
that's
his
why it's
life
like that
or whatever.
neon orange red vibe.
Yeah. So the marketing director said hindsight's 2020 because it really could have been any color of neon. You know, like
Yeah.
he could have picked any color, not the terrifying demon eyes color.
Well, it's like up on his hind legs too, so it's kind of it's creepy. I'm just gonna say it is pretty. Creepy.
And then the guy that made the sculptures, the gargoyle sculptures or whatever, is one of my favorites. So he came for a consultation. And, you know, some members of the board were there, the artistic director and everything like that, and then a nun for some reason. And that the nun kind of stood out to him, and it inspired him in the way of maybe if I do this old church style kind of an idea.
Have like the old like
the gargoyles on the
gargoyle
front
church.
of
Yeah,
the
yeah.
church to ward the evil spirits away, to keep them out of the church, to help sanctify it.
Right.
Well, he was doing a fun play on that in baggage claim by having gargoyles coming out of suitcases to ward off the bad baggage claim spirits.
So you get you don't lose your bags.
Right,
Like,
exactly. Yeah. It's just a fun thing. You know? But people have taken it so bad that there was one time somebody took I have to assume their copy of the Bible that they fly with all the time.
Like
Hey,
you
bro.
You know,
should.
cool.
Hey,
As you should.
Hey, let's
Yeah,
go
yeah.
and just slide up out of there.
But they highlighted a bunch of different passages or whatever, and then threw it into the actual sculpture, so it would land
Oh, I
in
got you.
the
To send the
suitcase.
message, like, here, y'all get this. Yeah,
So,
yeah.
custodial staff members that periodically, you know, pull ladders out and they'll dust them and clean them and
Keep 'em
everything, have
clean.
found that
Keep 'em
Bible
shining.
that has a highlighted thing, and somebody wrote on the inside cover of like, you know, keep Satan out of my airport, or you know, like go look for God, you know, that kind of stuff. And people will write notes and crumple them up and throw it in there. I mean, all kinds of
There's
stuff.
David's loose in Denver.
Denver airport.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Everybody run!
It's so fun.
Oh my god. That's wild.
Yeah.
That snow's not that pure.
So, and then another massive thing about the Denver airport is everything underneath, right?
And it's supposed to be the portal, right?
Right. So,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, it could be a portal to hell. It could be a holding cell for aliens that we're finding in the area of
Or it
Colorado.
could be baggage transport.
No, it's probably transportation for Nazis.
Oh,
Or
okay.
Nazi aliens.
Ooh, that's fun.
Hey.
All right.
Tall whites.
The tall whites from fucking Antarctica and Nevada.
Yeah.
That the Nazis are into. Anyway, another conspiracy theory. Slide up out of there,
Hey.
too.
Hidden beneath the airport's underground baggage transport tunnels is a secret bunker, or a series of bunkers, designed to house billionaires and global political elite in the event of an apocalypse, lizard people,
Reptilians.
aliens, all these wonderful people and creatures are definitely down
Man, I can't wait to get into more conspiracy theories, bro.
Yeah,
Because we're iceberging some of this stuff.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Tip of the iceberg.
For sure.
Some of this stuff right now
yeah.
that is so thick.
there. Contractors who originally worked on the airport, which went over budget and behind schedule, like I said earlier, reportedly saw evidence of bunker entrances and unexplained tunnels, along with a multi-million-dollar automated baggage system that when they put it in, it failed to work after they opened or whatever. And so a lot of people are thinking like, a baggage system that doesn't work. What are you really doing down there?
A cover-up for alien operations.
Yeah, but actually, it was a really complicated and large-scale baggage delivery system, and something's big and complicated, it can fail. So it took them a little while, but it is up and running now, and it's apparently very effective. But
But it's a huge airport, too, so they have to have
1,000 people work underground in these various levels, ferrying luggage, like from ticket counters to the planes and baggage claim areas once those planes land. I mean, it has a pair of 7,000-foot-long tunnels that run alongside the airport's underground trains.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hey guys, it's Drew Shellnut with Friends, Facts, and Fiction. I'm here with my two other co-hosts, Grant Bramlett and Justin Hammonds.
Hey.
We are here to inform you on our podcast platform, Anchor.fm. Number one, it's very easy to use because it's free. Also, if you're trying to create your own podcast, they have creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor also will distribute your podcast for you, so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google, and many more. You can make money from your podcast as well with minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast, all in one place, Anchor.fm.
That's insane.
I know, right?
They're
And
obviously
then-
doing something else down there, bro. It's way too much space.
Well, the funny thing is that somebody for the Denver Post, a reporter, toured it, and they found that all the plumbing and electrical infrastructures they stop at the lowest level that he had full access to.
Oh, go figure.
Yeah, they don't need plumbing, bro. They're aliens, dog.
Yeah, man. Aliens
They don't
poop.
need that, bro. Like, what you talking about? It vaporizes.
There's no excrement.
It all just evaporates.
And if we're talking about
They give back to the world.
we're talking about Nazis again. Apparently, the DIA's location approximately 25 miles from downtown Denver. It has a swastika-shaped runway configuration and barely concealed symbols of Nazism or fascism.
Okay, when we get to that swastika, bro, like,
Yeah, right.
it's kind of there. You can Google this,
Yeah.
the DIA like overhead shot of the swastika. It's kind of there, but you got to really grasp for some straws.
You gotta really want
to
to see
get
a
there. You
swastika.
got to, yeah.
So I think what
come on,
happened
you're
is
stretching.
that like they had this 5-year-old that really liked Denny's and their little coloring, little let's trace the stars kind of a deal, and he was
connect the dots.
just a neo-Nazi baby. So he just drew the swastika,
That
and then
makes sense.
people went and looked at it, and they were like, "There's a swastika at the DIA."
Right.
Yeah,
That's the way it goes.
telling you. And Dennis is known to be a
hot
little
facts.
racist. Anyway, hot facts.
Also, that
Steamy facts.
there's a tunnel that connects the DIA to NORAD, which is 100 miles to
There's
the
no
south
fucking way that's
near Colorado
Are you
Springs.
serious?
Yeah.
100-mile tunnel,
100-mile tunnel.
bro.
Yeah. In order for Nazis to be able to get to NORAD.
You
and
know
I
how
guess
many
blow it up
earthquakes
or
they would have
something?
caused, bro? Like, what are you talking about, bro? Jesus Christ.
So a close look at this aerial photography of the supposedly swastika-shaped runway. It's a rotating fan-shaped design that allows for optimal takeoff into and against the wind from different directions.
I got you word.
So depending on weather and traffic patterns,
Yeah.
it's a lot better shape and design for planes to come in and out.
So it's like a circle. Yeah,
Right,
I
like,
dig it.
you know,
Like a
science.
swastika.
Okay.
No,
Yeah,
science.
No, science. Science, not science fiction. It's a
Hey,
thin line there, bro.
And then that tunnel that I was talking about, that is so much longer than the world's longest tunnel that's underneath the Swiss Alps. That one's only 35.4 miles long, which is crazy long.
It's still crazy, bro.
And that took more than a decade to excavate and construct. And we'll get there later, actually. So that's pretty fun.
Definitely we'll get to that.
So to finish being off on this thing, Montgomery that I mentioned earlier, he said in an interview one time, like, no matter what you do, you lose. You show people the tunnels and explain the symbols, you lose. You can claim up and deny it, you lose. So that's why we've started to have fun with these, because people are going to believe what they believe, regardless of hard evidence.
Of course they are.
Because at this point, they just have fun with it, right? Like, they wear alien masks and shit in there, and like...
Yeah.
just
Some of the
fuck it,
workers
right?
have decided to, like, kind of take that as a fun pastime for them.
Yeah.
So if they know a tour is happening, they'll
Yeah.
put on, like, alien masks or a lizard mask and, like, pop out of doorways and stuff just
it's
to,
like, it's like cosplay.
spook people, you know?
That is wild.
Yeah.
Well, that's one portal, maybe.
Oh, yeah.
But
So
this next one.
it might be more than one portal. At least some people believe.
Well, from all of our research, I'm pretty sure there are 3 portals.
Three
to hell.
portals, and 2 just so happen to be
At
what
least
I'm
3.
going to cover.
No, at least
Yeah,
at
yeah.
least
3.
Yeah, at least. Yeah. So, CERN, or the European Organization for Nuclear Research, was established in 1954 in Switzerland by 12 member states. Since then, it's swelled to 22. It's made dozens of important discoveries. You know? Discoveries, those things.
Yeah, science and stuff.
No. Wait. The science part, like the Higgs boson, the God particle.
Right. Yeah, some people like to call it that.
Controversial.
Yeah,
You know, but whatever. And they also invented the World Wide Web.
Whoa.
The
Some people
WWW.
might be www no JD. Excuse me. But anyway,
Oh my god.
That's called a joke. And we'll
That is a
apologize
joke.
immediately.
and we'll,
I'm sorry.
boom. Sorry, not sorry. So there are many different conspiracies surrounding CERN. One is that the Large Hadron Collider, the world's most large and highest energy particle collider, it's also the largest machine in the world.
Cool.
Was in fact built as a portal to hell or Stargate.
That's why they spent so much money on that.
Portal to Saturn. And, you know, Saturn was the Roman god of the underworld.
Right.
So,
Saturn
obviously,
Oh, so Saturn's hell.
So
is
you're
what
going
we're
to
saying.
so you're going to hell.
So the rings are like the layers before you can actually get to.
Yeah, that's Dante's
Yeah, that's
layers.
Dante's
on hell that
layers.
he's talking
Okay,
about.
I'm getting
Those-
this
those
conspiracy
rings.
already, bro.
Yeah.
I'm already into it. Hadron Collider is the portal.
Yeah.
That's where you go.
You go to Saturn.
That's
yeah,
your. Oh man.
So it lies on a
Getting
tunnel
thick.
17 miles in circumference and as deep as 570 feet below
Good
France and Switzerland border near.
That is wild. That is wild.
It's pretty nuts, yeah.
Yeah. Definitely.
So we'll get on some of these conspiracies about this. In fact, the scientists are actually building the kingdom of Antichrist, and soon he'll step through to rule our planet, according to the blogger Christian Turner.
I think it's Truther, right?
Truther Turner.
That
Truther.
has to be.
It is Truther. Oh,
That's a fake name.
That's a
Christian
fake
Truther.
Christian Truther. Didn't even think about
I mean,
that.
that sounds like a creative to me, if you will.
Yes, that is a creative.
Well, also, let's get creative. So, with his words, the site says antimatter is the opposite of matter. It isn't physical. It's spiritual, and it's all around us.
No, it's not.
Lies.
Yeah. Science, please. What?
It's also quite elusive and chaotic. As the machines are able to trap and contain chaotic antimatter, they are able to study it, bringing them one step closer to manifesting it physically. They see themselves as God on earth and think that their actions are replicated by a God in heaven. CERN is building the kingdom of the Antichrist hell on earth.
Wow.
Fantastic.
So,
So they're trying to bring demons from hell to come to Earth. That's why they dug this big tunnel into the ground. Okay.
well, and Clyde Lewis
Portal, if you will.
wrote on the Ground Zero website, It is just a coincidence that CERN is short for the horned god Cernunnos. It is also a coincidence that CERN has to go deep underground to do their god-harnessing experiments. Cernunnos was the god of the underworld.
Well, see, that's the thing. The CERN is like, why is it CERN when it's like the European something another?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's
like-
actually the Conseil Européen pour la recherche nucléaire, which is not correct.
Yeah, that's not American.
That's not. Why ain't they specking our lingadi?
I don't even know.
You know? And we supposed to CERN.
What kind of language is that anyways?
They ain't concerned about us, apparently.
Anybody's curious, it's French, by
Anyways,
the way.
The French translation to what it actually is.
Yeah.
So his basis is completely false.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, in September of 2015, conspiracy theorists widely predicted that the Large Hadron Collider would be involved in the end of the world, either by summoning an asteroid or the Antichrist himself. Far from seeking to kill us all, scientists at CERN hope that discoveries from the tunnel could actually change the world, which, probably will, because as CERN scientist Dr. Harry Cliff said, discoveries of seemingly obscure particles can change the world profoundly. 100-odd years ago, when the first particle, the electron, was discovered, it was seen as the plaything of scientists with little practical use. Today, most of our technology is based off of understanding the electron, from the microchip to medical imaging. In a few decades' time, excuse me, what we find at the LHC could lead to huge technological advances, but it's hard to know what they'll be in advance. Building these huge machines forces you to develop really novel technologies, which have already led, for example, to more effective forms of cancer therapy that essentially use beams to take out the tumors.
Yeah. See, the problem with that's boring.
Right.
Everything he just said.
Super boring. It's not as interesting as the conspiracies.
So like the real is like they're doing this to advance technology to like help the planet.
Right.
And the conspiracy is completely flipped. It's like they're doing it to like bring
Destroy the
demons.
planet, I guess.
Just this dope.
Well,
Love it.
if you didn't know, if you thought that was crazy, if you didn't know, just gonna throw this out there: the world actually ended in 2012.
What?
Well,
you didn't know this?
at least according to Nick Hinton.
You didn't know this?
Yeah. Nick, you don't know
So
your
we
boy
just,
Nick
we
Hinton.
just so we just started a new simulation in 2012. and we just kind of like
we'll see.
connected it.
So he started
What the
a
fuck?
Twitter account in 2019 with a conspiracy thread entitled "Did the World End in 2012?" He speculates that CERN's Higgs boson, or God particle, once again destroyed the universe and has shifted our conscious to an entirely new one. So yeah,
Okay.
citing the Mandela effect as an example.
So it's like a software update, basically.
Yeah, like if you've seen that, if you
What's the opposite of an update though? Like what's the bad version of that?
A down date?
Because
I don't know
that's
if that's a thing.
that's what we're
a degrade.
that's what we're living in now. Our
We're living
version
in-
of reality in
It's
2020.
way worse. 2020 is like, bro. I thought 2016 was bad, but woo,
2020, the
2020 is
degradation.
rough. But also the Mandela effect.
Oh
is
yeah, and
hella interesting.
for people of you who don't know what the Mandela effect is, it's referring to Nelson Mandela,
Right.
who was the former president of South Africa, who was kind of imprisoned for a bit.
Yeah, they thought he was trying to conspire to overthrow the state.
Yeah.
Put him in jail. Big deal.
Yeah.
Lots of people angry about it, rightfully so.
Mandela.
And so where the Mandela effect spawns from is that some people actually believe that he died in prison in 1980s, and he actually was released from prison in the 90s and died in 2013. There are a lot of other occurrences like this. That one's a little topical, or barely touching the surface there. But there are large ones over like company logos, like JCPenney, like the spelling of it, JCPENNY or PENNEY. And it's what you remember.
Right.
Skechers with a T instead of a CH, which is actually is, which I almost want to say I remember seeing T's in Skechers. But
Yeah,
I
exactly.
remember that too. Oddly.
It's that two train thought of like
kinda
this
weird.
simulation running with this simulation of life in a simulation, and it's crossing over. It's like, oh, This side only knows this. This other side only knows
then we
this.
have the
Weird.
Berenstein and the Berenstain Bears.
Right.
Yeah, I'm saying
Looney Tunes and Looney Tunes.
TUNES or TOONS.
And Febreze with 2 E's or 1 E. Febreze.
It's 2 E's, right?
It's one.
Ah, come on, it's 2.
It's
is
one.
it? That's so weird.
It is weird. It is. But I mean,
But the Statue of Liberty shit, though?
that's the funnest one.
yeah.
So a lot of people think that it's on Ellis Island.
Right.
It's not on Ellis Island. It's on Liberty Island.
Liberty City, Grand Theft Auto.
Right.
What's up?
And there are also a lot of pictures of that a couple people have posted of the Statue of Liberty with no statue.
This is not there at all.
It's not there at all.
Yeah. Like
What
Google
timeline
Image
is
Inception.
that?
Supposedly now,
I mean, I think I would have remembered, like, if, say 9/11, they also went after the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah,
what I mean? Like,
Well, and also the torch has been closed at the top of it for over 100 years. But there are a
didn't know it's
couple
that
people
long. That's
who,
crazy.
yeah, there are a couple people who actually have said that they've been into the torch and have taken pictures from the torch, which has been closed for 100 years.
okay.
But the odd thing is there were a couple photos that surfaced from our boy Hinton that he posted
Inside the torch.
from like the little walkway outside the torch, the
okay, yeah.
railing.
Yeah.
The identification of the person who posted it was in this weird language, not intelligible to us at all.
So, like, time travelers,
Yeah,
maybe?
and that's what he said. He thought it might be time travelers.
Yeah. Again. The Greys, the tall whites,
So,
or the reptilians.
Jumping back to the whole Higgs boson and everything, we also found a 4chan thread. It was posted by someone who claimed to be one of the 23 scientists at CERN. And he said that they were actually responsible for creating this Mandela effect, claiming this planet was in fact destroyed and we've been placed on a simulated planet.
Cool.
Essentially, it's a variant of like the multiverse theory,
Right.
like a Russian nesting doll.
Yeah, the
Essentially.
inside of inside
Simulation inside of a simulation, you know?
Layers
But
and layers.
yeah.
Like an onion.
By the way, if anybody's curious, 4chan is, if you don't know, is like Reddit's like stupid, ugly stepsister. You know what I mean?
It's like Reddit for trolls. Is what you're
Pretty
saying?
much, yeah,
I
Reddit
got
for
you.
trolls. Yeah. So, you know what?
Also,
Come at me, 4chan. Come on.
Also, Mandela Effect is a dope movie on Amazon Prime.
Oh, yeah, it's good.
If you want to get a better understanding of the Mandela Effect, kind of puts it out there in like
It's
a
really good for like a little
indie
low budget
documentary.
indie
it's,
thing. Yeah,
it's pretty dope. And it
really
puts it
was.
out there. Shouts out to the creators of that. Y'all are dope, and it's awesome.
It was good enough for like the next 3 days. I'm like looking for subtle differences, being like, what do I remember?
Yeah.
What does that look like?
It's
now?
one. It's one of those thinkers. You know, it's one of those psychological thrillers, if
Yeah.
you will. But
Well, I think one of my favorites is going to be the conspiracy surrounding the Gothard Base Tunnel. We're going to get back to the tunnels.
That's the one that I mentioned earlier. Yeah.
It's the world's longest and deepest underground traffic tunnel, clocking in at 35.5 miles, like you said before, and over 8,040 feet at its deepest.
that's
Good
crazy.
Lord.
Bro. I would love to take my car in that tunnel because there are no cops. You know what I mean? Just gas it out. You know what I mean? Like 180, 200 miles an hour, just 35 miles straight. That'd be nuts. Anyway,
Because it's like perfectly straight and flat.
exactly.
Yeah.
Just like
So,
go, bro.
yeah, so they can put those like magnetic bullet trains, just shoot them through there as quickly as possible.
Or the bullet trains coming out of the earth to bring the demons.
Right.
Conspiracy. Anyway,
Like a demon subway system.
Hey, man, that sounds
that's
pretty
what,
neat.
that's what they think it is.
Demon Subway.
Hey.
Anyway, it essentially cuts your travel time down by about an hour anywhere that you're going through. Maybe 45 minutes if you're going through a mountain range. It's a little bit more difficult. It also it reduces the environmental impact of heavy freight trucks. So you don't have to worry about them going through the Alps and wasting all the
Right.
gas and everything. So they just shoot straight through.
Climate
you know?
control, bro. Like, yeah.
Right. The conspiracy behind it, though, is based mostly on the opening ceremony,
Oh, bro, that shit.
which was choreographed by a Swiss named Volker Hesse. So
Pretty fucking weird, bro.
It's a weird one.
We watched it, and
what I'm gonna say is, it's the weirdest shit that I've seen a group of white people do in a video.
Yeah,
and
super
I've
white.
seen white people do some wild shit, some weird ass shit, bro.
White people are weird.
But this
might
this
take the
was
cake.
the weirdest shit. Please do yourself the liberty and look this up on YouTube. The CERN fucking, was it the ceremony, the opening ceremony for the Gothard Tunnel?
Gothard base tunnel opening ceremony.
Yes.
You should be able to pull it
Just
up.
watch at least 30
YouTube.
seconds of it. It's hard to get through the whole video. Literally, it's the juxtaposition of these people in suits and dress suits and all this in the crowd.
Right.
The New World
It's kinda
Order,
like
if you will.
passively smiling at.
And these crazos walking through this tunnel looking fucking.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you get into it, bro. It's fucked me up. I was like,
throw a
what
couple
the
quotes.
fuck, bro?
I'm gonna throw a couple quotes
shit
from
was
these
weird.
these actual conspiracies out there, or these theorists, creative folk, if you will. So here's the first one. It's pretty much now confirmed the gates of hell are in this alpine nation we know as Switzerland. Where exactly is a little unclear. Conspiracy theorists are torn between two locations: the new Gothard Tunnel and the CERN particle accelerator. In Geneva, the internet, which proffers a truth to every conceivable oddball, is abuzz with Switzerland's most recent satanic showcase. On June 1st, 2016, the opening of the ceremony.
Bruh, it's pretty
If you
satanic
missed
looking.
it went a little something like this.
A giant mechanized worm eats deep into the bowels of hell to the delight of a half-naked demonic angel. Lucifer. Lesbians. Pagans. Demons. Goat gods. And catatonic orange zombies in front of the delighted elite of the New World Order.
Yes. So that was fantastic. A little bright there in your imagery. But we'll cover a couple more.
Obviously,
Facts.
those are my words.
Yeah, bro.
Those were your words.
Some of these quotes are just
They-
crazy though, bro. Like
The Gothard Tunnel dedicated ceremony was blatant satanic ritual. Satan seized the opportunity to glorify himself and desecrate the high place of Europe in this year of 2016 for sanctification. The European leaders went along with it because Satan is the ruler who installed them. Oh my gosh.
Hey, Justin, you take one. This is fun. You take one.
yeah.
You take one.
I'm gonna do a voice, okay? This satanic and sodomite imagery surrounding the opening of the tunnel showed the artistic and religious preferences of the globalist elite. The opening of the tunnel was symbolic, anti-Christian, an act of devil worship. The postmodernist show, tied with old imagery such as a goat man, was an obvious image.
Oh, now. I'm gonna take this next one because I think it's this here dialect needs to go in this here voice.
That's a good accent for this one, yeah.
Now watch this. This one's planned out real nice. If you decide to watch it, please pray both before and after to protect yourself from the dark spiritual forces that were celebrated and lifted up in their presentation. You know, I mean that shit was crazy. Them people ain't about Jesus.
Hey, bro.
So all these amazing reviews came from some really highly reputable sources: Vigilant Citizen, Bible False Prophet, Now the End Begins,
Watchmen of the Swan.
The New American, The End of the American Dream, Prophecy News Watch, Before It's News, and True News.
True News. That's
TRU
That's my
news.
favorite.
Yeah,
True News.
TRUNEWS.
So creative
Yeah,
news.
creative folk.
news
No,
sites,
they're
if you will.
up there with like BBC or
NPR.
the New York Times or NPR. Yeah,
Washington Post.
right.
People who really like to. Hey, how are you guys doing today?
If you decide to watch it, please pray before and after to protect yourself.
Definitely check that video out, please. I'm telling you,
It's so
it's
good.
creepy as shit. And you know they're building a portal to hell as well.
Yeah.
But for our final little conspiracy today, we're gonna head over to Russia just real quick, just real short and sweet. Just a quick jump. Jump over to Russia real quick, where one of the most ambitious experiments ever took place, giving way for another conspiracy about opening a portal to hell, and also giving hollow earthers a little more fuel in their tank. You know what I'm saying?
Because they need more.
Right?
They kind of do because the Earth is hollow.
Because it's hollow.
Yeah. I mean,
Get
come
it?
on, guys.
And
No fuel in that tank.
And again, more conspiracies, hollow earthers,
I love it so much.
Hey.
bro, tip of the iceberg.
Is
If
there
you don't
anybody
know-
that thinks that the Earth is flat and somehow hollow?
Ooh.
That would be fun. Like maybe
episode,
like a
future.
giant like rectangular prism or something.
Like a
you know,
Carmelo
where
without the
If you do believe that or want to hear that, email us.
Carmelo Earth. Oh, not the Anthony.
it's- We just made a conspiracy, guys.
We did.
Oh my god!
Good job.
Anyway, this experience I'm talking about, by the way, the experience that happened in Russia, it's a hole the Russians drilled into the earth, more than 12 kilometers deep, deeper than like the deepest depths of the ocean, my guy.
Deeper than the Marianas Trench.
Yeah, 12 kilometers deep in the ocean, and that 12 kilometers literally is like 0.002%
Yeah.
of like
The Earth's crust.
the area
yeah.
to get to the core.
We
You know
haven't even
what I'm
gotten
saying?
close to the caramel.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Caramel's still burling.
And the name of this situation was called the Kola Super Deep Borehole.
Super creative again.
Super creative with that one, right? Yeah,
It's got to be a translation thing.
but
I bet it sounds dope in Russian. You know what I mean?
maybe so. But it's impressive. I mean, it's so impressive that some believe they reach hell by the time they were finished. Initially looking to find out more about Earth's core, though, they began drilling in 1970, and it went on and off for like 24 years.
Good Lord.
Yeah, it's crazy.
24?
24 years, bro. Yeah,
Jesus.
It's wild. They stopped in like 94. So it's still a marvelous achievement to this day. Like they found like water down there in the Kola Deep, if you will. And they learned that this water was from pure minerals and rock crystals, bro. Like from the pressure of the
Oh,
earth.
nice.
It squeezes minerals out of the rock.
nuts.
Yeah, it's wild.
They found
So-
water way deeper than
Yeah,
we
should be.
initially
yeah,
thought.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. And I mean, from the pressure of the depths, they had to invent instruments to even study down there. Like while they were drilling, they had to invent shit to keep drilling.
Cool.
And they even found several microscopic fossils of single cell plankton.
Oh, wow.
Millions of years old, like deep in the earth's
Super
crust,
dope.
which is wild. You know what I mean? Like it just shows the progression of life. From,
Yeah.
maybe the earth is growing. Who knows? Another conspiracy. But
Carmelo king size.
as groundbreaking as this was, eventually they had to stop, of course, because of the heat,
Yeah.
And this is where our little conspiracy begins. The heat might be hell. So the original story says that in 1989 in Siberia, scientists had drilled nearly 14 kilometers into the earth with temperatures reaching 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit or 1,100 degrees Celsius. Equipment began to fail, of course, because of the heat.
Yeah, because that's hot.
It's a little warm, right? But not before they were able to lower a microphone down in this hole and capture a horrific 17 seconds of what some call the wail to hell, or the sounds of hell, or screams from demons.
Screamings.
Before the mic ultimately melted in 17 seconds. Some horrified scientists left. They left immediately. But those that were intrigued by these sounds that were recorded, that is bone chilling, they stayed. And the legend has it, later in that night, a plume of luminous gas erupted from the super dupe cola. And what resembled a winged demon burst out right after.
Oh, yes.
With words
Metal.
with the words "I have conquered" inscribed on the wings.
Metal.
In Russian. Yeah, bro. Like this is a metal music video waiting to happen. Metal music video waiting to happen.
Oh man,
Yes.
so good.
These sounds they recorded was so bone chilling that a lot of people to this day think that is the sounds directly from hell, from the Earth's core.
Ooh.
And since we're talking about it, let's give those 17 seconds a listen, man.
It actually is really, really creepy. Just forewarning everyone here. That's a really long 17 seconds.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's some real weird vibes right there. But that's apparently the sounds of hell that they recorded while they drilled into.
Could you imagine that? Like they're like, oh, we found this weird like cavern or whatever. Let's drop a microphone down there, see what we get, and that's what you get. And then the microphone melts after 17 seconds.
Yeah.
See, I'm part of the group of scientists that was just left. Like, word, bro, that's dope. I got this thing. You know what I mean? Like,
I got my beliefs. I don't know if I need to add any more to it.
Like,
see you later.
I'm not trying to get damned by the demons, so like I'm a dip.
Look at the time. It says I need to get the hell out of here.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, literally.
Faux show. But to hit you with the hot facts real quick.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? First off, that legend says the borehole is in Siberia. False. Completely. The borehole can only be found on the Kola Peninsula in northwestern Russia.
Oh, so the name.
The Kola super deep borehole. Right. Yeah.
Not that Siberian super deep borehole.
Exactly. And the Kola Peninsula is super close to Norway, which is basically as far as away from Siberia you can get.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Actually. They also claim that the temperature was 1,100 degrees Celsius, but in reality, it was around 180 degrees Celsius.
Just still super hot.
Still super hot. I mean, it's close to 400 degrees.
Yeah.
Either way, the temperature is obviously too hot for equipment to work, especially microphones, bro. Like,
Yeah, right.
We all know how sensitive microphones are. I mean, come on.
Right.
And yeah. And for the demon angel that was said to appear, Rich Bueller tracked down a Norwegian teacher, Mr. Rindelin, or Rindellini, whatever. He openly admitted to creating the hoax in a print that he did when he first heard about the sounds.
Oh, okay.
See what I'm saying? Like he made it more.
It's like, I'm gonna have fun with this.
He fluffed it out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He openly admits that it was a hoax that he created. And for the well to hell, the sounds you just heard that probably gave you goosebumps and shook you up a little bit. Many believe it's a loop of an audio clip from an awful 1970s movie called Barren Blood.
You watch your mouth. That is a great movie.
Bro, I couldn't even watch the movie. I watched the trailer.
Oh, the trailer was fantastic.
Word.
It's so good.
I got the movie, bro. I get it. And even in the trailer, you can kind of hear some similar sounds to what you just heard.
Yeah, you really can.
Yeah, you can.
You know, and regardless or not, it's a digitally manipulated loop of horror that totally creeped me out.
Me too.
But in the same turn, keeping it short and sweet, is it real or not? Ooh. Let the listeners decide. Email us at friends.facts.fiction@gmail.com of what you think about it. And email us about anything else that you want to hear conspiracy-wise, you know, facts or fiction. Whatever you want to hear. Email us ideas, man. We're open for it.
Yeah. We've got the next few episodes kind of planned out, but I mean, even last night we were like, what's the next one? What are we going to do? What are we going to do? Next? So, I mean, help us out with that.
Yeah, we definitely.
Season 1's pretty planned out, but season 2 is wide open right now.
Yeah, for sure.
So email us for sure what you think. And I hope you enjoyed the first conspiracy episode. Because next week, we're going to do conspiracies that are actually true.
Wait a spanking second.
Yeah, some of it's actually true. Anyway, we love y'all. We thank y'all for supporting us. You can go to anchorfm.com /our podcast and support us. I believe that's the thing.
Yep.
And
the links in all of our socials as well.
Yeah, you can definitely check the socials out: Facebook, Instagram, all that good stuff. We love y'all to death, man, and tell us what you think for sure. I'm Justin Hammonds, and I'm going to say love, live life, because it's worth living, y'all.
Anybody out there? I never liked you. I always loved you.
And signing off as Drew Shellnut, I will say, stay informed and make a difference.
Boom.
There we go.
Please.
Episode 5.1 of Friends, Facts, and Fiction. We out.
Thanks for listening, and stay tuned for the next episode. Find us on Facebook and Instagram to stay up to date on everything Friends, Facts, and Fiction. Our Instagram handle is friends_facts_fiction. As always, please reach out to us. You can send any of your questions, praise, and fact-checking to friends.facts.fiction@gmail.com. It's important to us to only propagate the truth, and we will correct any errors we may have made. This has been a production of Friends, Facts, and Fiction.